life sounds better.
And so, from the liberties to the opera houses of the world, Sandra Oman. From Santry to the prestigious Perm State Ballet Company in Russia, Monica Lockman. Is it Prima Donna? I think you'll find it is. Hey, nice. There's a man outside the window. I don't mind. Who's that outside, Monica Lockman?
It's Keith Dixon, my photographer.
Oh, you have your own photographer?
Yes, I do.
Followed you around. You're making it up. Oh my God. Can't you use a phone like everybody else?
No, I'm fancy.
Oh, really? Oh, I feel terrible now. I feel Sandra Oman and myself are kind of in a hackney place.
Well, I've been known to hire Mr. Dixon myself now.
Brilliant.
He is. He's a legend.
You know, I said it earlier on, from the liberties to the opera houses of the world, which is Sandra, and then from Santry. Obviously, it's the Perm State Ballet for Monica. You're both very welcome. You've come together.
Yes, we have.
Which is an interesting idea because, well, firstly, how? Because I know the two worlds collide often in other ways.
Yeah.
Well, how did you two collide?
Well, I've always had it on my mind that I wanted to do an opera ballet combination. Marty. And then last year, as part of the Liberties Festival, it just so happened by luck that Monica and her elite ballet company were part of a concert that I was on with an opera group as well. It was a wonderful outdoor performance at St. Audience Church. And I approached Monica and I said to her, Monica, do you ever dance still? And she said, yes, of course. And I said, would you like to do something with me? And she immediately said yes. And we just...
On condition I can get someone to take pictures of it.
On the condition that Keith Dixon
will take pictures of Monica.
Yes. So I said, that's fantastic. And since then, the two of us, we've just gotten on like a house on fire. And it's been opera and ballet.
Yeah. I love the story. Again, I know it's a PR dream, but the story of your two dads working in Aer Lingus.
It's wonderful.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's really sweet.
You know, they didn't know each other, did they, though? Did they know each other?
My dad, I think, knew who your dad was.
Oh, right.
Okay. My dad's Terry Oman, and your dad is...
Edward Lockman.
Lockman.
Yeah. So they're both still with us.
Yes, they are. Poor Daddy is in hospital at the moment, so I had a shout out to Daddy in James Street. Exactly.
Don't worry, Daddy, I'll play her. Don't you worry. I won't get away without it. The story of both of you is very interesting because are you going to tell? I know you're celebrating other people on the stage, but are you going to celebrate your own bits and pieces as well?
We're turning up.
No, Miss Lockman, please. Are you not going to celebrate yourself as well? Because again,
I am very much celebrating myself.
Good for you.
Because I told Sandra, I've been sending Sandra all these photos of my costumes and tiaras and shenanigans that I'm going to get up to on the stage, and I am planning on a lot of celebrating myself on that evening.
Good for you. Now, you're not the only dancer on stage, of course.
No, absolutely not. I've got about 40 other dancers and 3 other Russians coming over.
40?
Yes.
Exactly. Read our lips, 40
And Madam will be singing in the middle of this.
Yes. I'll be singing in the middle of this with my gang of boys. I have some wonderful Irish talent, tenor Richard Chaffrey, baritone Robert McAllister. I have baritone Simon Morgan.
Simon Morgan, yes,
Simon well. And some young stars as well. So it's going to be pretty spectacular.
all of that going. That's going to be very busy stage.
It is. So we're getting together to start to kind of piece it all together. Really.
Sure. Now it's the National Concert Hall and it's Saturday week.
Yes,
correct.
It is. Yes.
Now, you probably know. Well, obviously you know. You're putting it together. What it is that you're doing. Sandra, are you singing? Are you doing a bit of Mimi?
I certainly am. We're doing a nice extract from La Boheme. Yeah, we are.
Well,
myself and Richard.
I found a piece. Listen to the way we do that. bet you'd good pipes. You didn't lie, Monica Loughlin.
Oh my God.
That's a technical term for someone who can sing. Believe me.
I mean, I
That
can
is
dance.
beautiful.
Oh, stop. And we're doing it in the National Concert Hall on the 21st of April.
We noticed it's that's you there with the symphony orchestra.
Yes.
From a few years ago. When it comes to the dancing, though, Monica, when I think about you and I think about all those years when you were with in Russia.
Yeah.
14 years.
Yeah,
ago?
I left when I just turned 14,
All right,
and
so
I
that's
remained there for 14 years.
Scary.
Yeah, and I started work in the company when I turned 16. No, I was 16 going on 17 when I started with professionally as a ballerina, so getting paid to
Yes.
dance. And then, yeah.
But you progressed very quickly, though, to a prima ballerina.
I was 24 when I got promoted.
Quick
Prima.
enough.
Yeah, it is.
Particularly, I
It's good,
suspect, for someone who's out of town.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, look, they were kind of looking at me going, why is she still here, kind of thing. Why hasn't she moved on? Why hasn't she gone abroad? Because a lot of the Russians were moving to, other countries, Italy, France, wherever.
Yeah.
So I just loved it there.
Really.
And, and the thing is as well, you get quite caught up in the fact when you start to get noticed and when you start, get a bit of role, and then, you start to make more friends, and then,
And you start having a feeling that you're part of a plan.
Absolutely, yeah.
As opposed to just another person who's
Yes,
dancing.
and that's why I remained. And that's why, I was lucky enough to get pushed up to the top. But, I worked hard.
But it's very
First
exciting.
Westerners.
That's right.
Yeah, it was the first Westerner.
The first Westerner to dance.
They were very confused when I walked in the door.
Why? Why?
They were just like, why are you here? Like, they were also dying to get out of Russia.
Of course.
So to have a Western girl from Europe,
But
they were very confused.
But did they not? But yeah, but they equally understood the respect with which you held them in.
Absolutely.
And therefore why you were there, because you were.
And remember, when I did the first day I started working, I was 16, and these people are adults. They're all married, lots of them have children. You're working with, the principal teacher is 80. She's, has a son in St. Petersburg. He's also an opera singer. Yeah. But you're in an adult world as a child.
I know.
And you're expected to behave as an adult.
And did you like St. Petersburg? Did you get to see it? Did you get to or was it all work and
well,
no
I was in Perm. I was in the Ural Mountains, but I do travel to St. Petersburg.
That's my point. Yes.
And I love it. It is the most beautiful city on this planet. And actually, we brought Keith Dixon with us this time, the photographer. And I like to bring people with me to kind of go, see, I told you, isn't it amazing? Wouldn't you move here if you won the lotto?
It is beautiful.
It is breathtaking.
Yeah.
And honestly, people should go there. It's not it's not a scary place. Everybody speaks English. And if you're into art, if you're into culture, go. You will not regret it.
It's very multicultural.
It is very
really
multicultural. Yes.
Now, lads, on this night, so how are you going to do this? So you've got this night, this Prima Donna night, which is a fusion of opera and ballet.
Indeed, yeah.
So how do you make this work? How have you planned it out? Have you laid it out?
Well, basically what we'll do is we will have some segments which are purely operatic. We'll
Yes.
have some segments which are purely balletic. And then we will have, in the second half of the show, the fusion, where the two comes together, where the two art forms come together. And that's going to be really beautiful. Through, let's say, a role or an opera like Carmen. When we sat down, Monica and I, to do this initially, we thought, what are the operas or the roles that would fuse best? And Carmen came to mind immediately because it's been interpreted both in the operatic and in the balletic worlds.
Yes.
Carmen, the ballet was performed by Zizi Jeanmaire, the famous Zizi Jeanmaire from the Where Do You Go
That's
To
my
My
lovely. That's why she was asking.
Her husband then, Roland Petit, he choreographed it for her. Right. So it seemed an obvious one for Monica to be Carmen, the dancer.
So this is what you will do?
Sing this. Yeah.
Yes.
Monica's looking at you like, I've never heard this before.
No, she's not.
I'm joking.
No,
An expression, incredulous.
No, Sandra just expresses everything so beautifully. I'm mesmerised when she starts to talk, and I like to keep silent and just watch her go.
But that's a lovely blending of.
It is,
two.
and it was quite natural actually.
Yeah.
We naturally found it, and actually the opening as well is a very lovely opening.
Yes.
From my art.
Exactly.
Really?
The
That's
aria
what we
from
danced.
Tosca,
Yeah.
Vici d'arte, which is saying, I live for my art, I live for my love, which is what Monica does, which is
Yeah.
what
I
both do.
do. Yeah.
And tell me how that will work.
So it starts with a fusion. So it starts with I have little girls on the stage, very, very talented young dancers that I work with 5 days a week so they can do their stuff. So you kind of see the progression of a dancer, little girls, then boys and girls of an older age, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then myself and my partner come out and we just start
And visit RTE.
Yes, exactly. So it's that kind of small, medium, so you see the very basic ballet and all the way through
That's
to the
wonderful.
end. Yeah, it's very nice.
And how will you set this up on the stage in the NCH?
Sure,
that's the magic.
You have to come and see.
That's why you have to pay in.
Absolutely.
I've figured it out now. She's a bit.
Pity we don't have her singing on the night.
Well, there is that, but in fairness, she is Maria Callas. She's just the most incredible.
Stunning, yeah.
With Puccini, of course, we're talking about just to fairly well, and you are performing that on the night.
We are indeed.
That's at the Paris Conservatoire Orchestra, and that's Kostowska.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
With a heartbreak.
And can I just say, this is
Yes.
the opening of the show, and I was just explaining to Sandra
Yeah.
that little 10-year-olds are dancing to this. Now, they're very, very, they're incredible dancers, but at the start when I played it for them, they were kind of a bit looking at me going, really? How do we move to this? And now, we've only been practicing it for about a month, but now we don't have to count it out, now they just know it. And actually, they've become very fond of opera since.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's
It
fantastic.
is. I think that's lovely,
Yeah.
being able to introduce that to their
Grassroots
lives.
roots,
Yes.
All your little dancers. It's
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah, and now they get it, and it looks lovely.
That's a beautiful, very emotional sort of.
Yeah, it's very
introduction.
mature as well. I found even when I listened to it at the first time,
Yeah.
and for them now to get that, to appreciate it, I think is a wonderful thing.
And all you were saying about the costumes.
Oh my God, yes.
You seem very excited. Certainly
I
there.
have a,
both
I have a costume. We both have a costume. She has a beautiful lady.
I have the wonderful Caoimhe Keane. She does couture, and she's making me the atonement dress.
Oh wow!
Which is incredible. Yeah, and then Monica's costumes are coming from St. Petersburg.
They're all being made in the Mariinsky.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be terrific.
Yes.
Listen, one of the things just about musicians on the stage.
Yes.
On the night. Who have you got?
Oh, we've got a fabulous little orchestra. It's being led by the wonderful Wunderkind Niall Kinsella. I think you had him here
yes,
a couple
we did.
weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
He's a great lad. He's ex-ballet as well, actually. He used to do a bit of ballet himself.
Yeah.
And so we have him leading the orchestra from the piano. Then we have the beautiful Linda O'Connor. She's our leader. Gerald Peregrine on cello solo, because he's going to play with the Dying Swan, which will be gorgeous. And then we've Julie Maysel. We have Connor Shield. We've an 8-piece.
I have to ask a question, and you're going to probably not like me for asking, but how are you going to make a pound out of this, guys? It's a big production.
The assistants.
I've got sponsors. And I need them. You do.
Yes.
I need Allianz sponsoring me.
Wonderful Allianz.
Yes.
I mean, it does get out of hand. But if you want to honour your audience, which I always do, and I know Sandra, and you will be all our honour. They are our honoured guests.
Yes, I know.
They will be treated with the utmost respect.
But it's got to be as good as you can make it.
Absolutely.
It's too big a show, I suspect.
Oh my God, this is going to knock their socks off.
We have a couple of small pieces of antiques coming in as well for one or two of the opera scenes, and they're coming from O'Sullivan Antiques on Francis Street.
You're not selling them, are you?
No. I don't think anyone could afford these for a moment.
Yeah, we're just going to flog a few antiques in the middle of it.
Yeah, this is it. Under the gavel. But no, right, so we're having assistance, and Caoimhe Keane, her costumes, she's sponsoring that.
So in other words, we can expect a very glittery night.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's very important as well. Now, just remember, it's Prima Donna. It's called. Oh, by the way, is it a 7:30 or an 8 o'clock?
It's an 8 o'clock.
Because there's
look at me looking at Sandra.
No, because
I had a moment of.
You did, yeah. What time
I'll be there all day anyway. So.
I know. The audience wrote.
I'll be there all day.
8 o'clock on Saturday, 21st of April, at the National Concert Hall. It is Sandra O'Man, the soprano, and Monica Lockman, Prima Ballerina, and a cast of thousands.
Yes.
Which is going to be quite something, because it's the blending of the Russian and the Irish and the interaction and everything. So it'll be quite lovely. And God bless Aer Lingus and your dads.
Absolutely. God bless them both.
God bless them both. We're going to leave you with Swan Lake, a little bit of Swan Lake from Tchaikovsky.
Super.
How could we? You are dancing to this?
I am indeed.
There you are. Hayfield Manor winner this morning, bit of lunch. Jackie O'Sullivan from Ballinascarthy in Clonakilty. Well done to you this morning. Jackie O'Sullivan from Ballinascarthy in Clonakilty. That's it. I'm off to my bed. I shall talk to you on the morrow. God bless you.